And good evening, everybody. How are you? It's great to see you. All of you here in the chat. I love, when I come in and you're already chatting. Mandy, you're always there. You're generally the first one. Thanks so much for being here. You are so sweet. John Travolta, I know you're a huge John Travolta fan. I like your picture of him. Dean the Turkey Legster, as usual. You're here too. Welcome, foolish mortals, and welcome to Dean the Turkey Lecture. Now, I happen to know you're going to have to watch Dean tomorrow, guys, because he really gets into this April Fool's stuff. So, take anything that you read on his social media with a grain of salt. So, yeah. Well, as I said, that's you can take it for what it's worth. Y'all know him as well as I do. So, we'll see. BDF, welcome in. Hey, Keith. I'm so glad that you got your pins. I sent Keith some pins that I had, some Haunted Mansion pins, and I'm glad you got those and are enjoying those. I think you put them up on your pin board. That's cool. 314 days into your Florida trip. Keith, you are doing so well. I don't officially have a countdown yet. Is my sound okay, guys? Let's see. Let me scroll down just a little bit. Is my sound okay? It's good. I don't officially have a countdown yet, but I'm going to be working on it to get there in November, hopefully. Let's see. Hey, Miss Najuma. Welcome in. It's always so good to see you. Thanks. We appreciate you coming in for a little while every Tuesday. It just brightens my night to see you in the chat. 15 pins on your board. 7 of them are Princess Castle 7-piece set. Okay, are those the only pins that you have, Keith? So you haven't been sucked into the pin trading world yet. Yeah, if you haven't, you might be better off not doing it, but I don't know. I love pin trading. You guys know how much women I love pin trading. So let's see. Tina, welcome in. It's good to see you. Had several people ask me, y'all, about Jeff, about my husband. He is doing great. I appreciate, I really appreciate, all your prayers and texts and everything. Y'all have been so sweet. Hang on just a second. Y'all have been so sweet, and he appreciates all the prayers and everything. He had neck surgery recently, and he is recovering well. He's doing great. We got a good report at the doctor today, so thanks so much. I just wanted to to let y'all know that he appreciates it, and hopefully he'll come on with me at sometime soon. I told him he needs to come on the show and talk and see everybody. He hasn't been on in a long time. So at any rate, thank you, Tina, for saying hello to my sisters. We appreciate that. And happy Easter to you. Oh my goodness, this past Sunday was Palm Sunday, y'all. So do you have Easter plans? We actually celebrated Wesley's, William's youngest, 3rd birthday on Saturday at Chuck E. Cheese. Had his cousins there, and he was really excited about that. And but before we went to the party, we had an Easter egg hunt, had an early Easter egg hunt for the kids. So that was fun. I don't know if we'll get to do it again on Sunday because everybody's kind of going different directions. You folks that have, several kids and are blessed to have grandkids know how that is. Everybody just, has to go in, different directions and, to see, other family members and what have you. And that's fine. So I was really glad we were able to get that done. We had such a good time hunting Easter eggs. Dane, they scheduled April Fool's Day on the same day you decided to go vegan again. Now, it is interesting timing. And I would even go so Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. It's good to see you guys. This must I don't know why I have such trouble with my ears, y'all. Maybe it's the shape of my head. I don't know. Maybe so. Okay, thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. And we'll just keep going. We won't even talk about that. But again, welcome in everybody. It's great to see you. I hope y'all have had a good week. I hope you had a lovely Palm Sunday and that you have something wonderful planned for this coming Sunday. It is a special, holiday in the Christian faith, and I hope that you guys are just blessed with family and friends and brothers and sisters in Christ around you, and that you could celebrate and just have a lovely day. It's supposed to rain here the next couple of days, I think, but then on Sunday they're saying it's going to clear up, so that would be wonderful for all the egg hunters. Aurora loves Disney 4. Hi, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Aurora is my favorite Disney princess. So good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate you popping in. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dean, and so does Jeff. But yeah, Aurora, thanks for being here. I'm getting way behind the chat. Y'all are just chatting away tonight. Yes, Dean's birthday. Y'all, Dean's birthday is next Monday. So if you haven't gotten a card in the mail to him, by all means, do that, or send him a direct message or message on Instagram and Facebook, and give him a virtual hug and wish him a happy birthday. So we're going to talk a little bit, guys, before we get started. We're going to do this day in Disney history. And then I wanted to talk a little bit, y'all. We're having something happen. We're having something happen tomorrow that has not happened since 1969. Can anybody tell me what that is? I am really excited about it. You are so welcome, Dean. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be watching. We're going to talk about it a little bit tonight. It's a really big event in our nation's history, and I am so excited about it. See what's going on tomorrow, guys. What's the big thing going on tomorrow? And if you're in Florida, you're going to be able to see it. I'm so jealous that I'm not there for this. It didn't work out for me to be, but I am still excited about it, and I will be following it. Let's see, let me pull up my notes, y'all. Y'all think about that while we wait on William. And then I'm going to go ahead and I just found a couple of this day in Disney history pieces for tonight. Actor Ewan McGregor, this is 1971. The voice of Valiant in Disney's 2005 animated Valiant, which I don't think I've ever seen. I'm going to have to watch it. Is born in Scotland. He also appeared as Lumiere in the 2017 live-action version of Beauty and the Beast, and starred as the title character in the 2018 comedy drama Christopher Robin, which is one of my favorites, y'all. Oh boy, Christopher Robin is really, really good. He did a fantastic job. Star Wars fans also know him as Obi-Wan Kenobi before and after Disney's involvement in the sci-fi franchise. So Ewan McGregor, totally love him as a character. I don't think I've seen him in a film that I don't like him in. So yeah, he's fantastic. But we really enjoyed Obi-Wan. What a big fan of Obi-Wan Kenobi that William is. So 1978, animator and Imagineer Ken Anderson. If you are familiar at all with Disney Imagineers and early Imagineers, you recognize that name. A prolific, amazingly talented Disney Imagineer. He retired on this day in 1978 after 44 years with the Disney Company. He first joined the Disney studio in 1934 when he drove by the studio and decided to stop in and apply for a job. Anderson's art director credits include Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia, and The Reluctant Dragon. Later, his knowledge of architecture helped Walt's realization of Disneyland. Anderson's concept drawings and design work is reflected in such popular attractions as Peter Pan's Flight, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Storybook Land, The Haunted Mansion, and he will be inducted as a Disney legend in 1991. So, gosh, Ken Anderson, amazing, amazing Disney Imagineer. And the last one in 2002, and this was for Adam, my youngest son, Primeval Whirl, a still wild mouse roller coaster at Disney's Animal Kingdom at the Walt Disney World Resort opens. Part of the Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama, which is itself part of Dinoland USA. The ride features 13 cars, each seating up to 4 riders. Y'all, Adam could ride that all day long. And I don't know how many times, when he was like 7 or 8 and 9, right along, Jeff had to ride Primeval Whirl with him. I know a lot of people called it Primeval Hurl, right? But oh my goodness, yeah. Let's see. Let's see what else we've got here. The rocket launch. Absolutely, Dean. Absolutely. And that area is gone from the parks. That area was really near and dear to our hearts because the boys spent a lot of time there. Adam simply loved it. So, but Primeval Whirl was one of his favorites as a child, and it was fun. I'll have to say it was fun. I couldn't ride it too many times because I don't spin very well. I can ride any coaster they've built, but I don't spin around in circles very well anymore. So, but it was a ton of fun. And Adam, I always think of Adam when we talk about Primeval Whirl. Yes, the tomorrow. Wow. Good. Let's see. James Token, Mr. Strickland is the first cast member to pass. He was 94. Oh my. Yeah. Okay. Keith, you're going to have to tell me what BTTF is. It's been a long day for me. BTTF from Mr. Strickland from okay. I should know this. Tell me, put it in the chat. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, Back to the Future. There you go, Back to the Future. Oh man, yeah. I hate to hear that. Yeah, Back to the Future. I should have known, Keith. I should have known that since it's you. Okay, guys, let me see if I can. If I could share my screen. And we're going to talk a little bit. Oh my goodness, we're going to talk a little bit about the moon launch tomorrow. This is a post that I made earlier in the day. Now, Artemis 2, NASA has been working on this for a long time, for several years, obviously. For the first time since 1969, guys, we are sending 4 astronauts to the moon. They will circle it. They will not land on it on this particular mission, but this is the first lunar mission since 1969. This mission is going to be similar to Apollo 8. Artemis 2 is on the launch pad at Merritt Island, Florida, which is Kennedy Space Center. I am really excited about this. This is just something that has always really interested me. I followed back when we had our shuttle, the space shuttle. I followed all of the missions. I was a computer network administrator, and so I generally kept NASA's live feed of the mission going from the minute that it launched all the way to touchdown, and just absolutely love it. NASA has a fantastic website. if especially if you're an educator, they have all kinds of materials that you can order for your class. You can also, homeschool teachers, regular school teachers, or just for your kids, to have. They have a lot of really neat resources so that you can follow the launch. But um, today they're 80%, uh, 80% a go on the launch tomorrow. So we are one day from liftoff, y'all. This is going to be amazing. Um, it's of course it's on the launch pad at a Kennedy Space Center. Golly, tomorrow we head back to the moon. Again, we're not going to land on it this time, but it is kind of a scouting mission, that kind of thing. Um, Artemis 2 is supposed to launch tomorrow at 6:24 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, April 1st, which is tomorrow. It will be the first crewed launch of NASA's SLS rocket and Orion spacecraft and the first human mission around the world since Apollo 17 in 1972. The roughly 10-day mission will carry four astronauts, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen. It'll be a lunar flyby and then back to Earth, and there will be no landing, but it's a major test of Orion's life support and deep space systems before future moon landing missions. I think they are slated to actually land on the moon in 2028. I believe that's what I read. The launch will be streamed live, and so people around the world, will be able to watch. It's really going to be quite amazing. Oh, hey. Oh my goodness. Hey, David, welcome in. It's me, David T. It's good to see you. Dave's Disney Dreams. Hey, Dave, welcome in. Wait, welcome in. Space Mountain Dave. Oh my goodness. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome in. We're glad you popped in for a little bit, Dave. We're just talking about does follow NASA as closely as I do. Um, you know, we've had so many launches by Blue Origin, and also, of course, Elon Musk has put up, has done so many launches and is planning. He has his sights set on Mars, possibly. Which his company is so amazing and he has so much talent there. I'm sure he can do it. But NASA, NASA kind of took a hiatus, I guess, there for a while after the space, after we retired the space shuttle fleet, which really hurt my feelings. They kind of took a hiatus and didn't really launch anything. So here's the crew. Here's a really good picture of the crew of Artemis, and just golly, I'm so looking forward to this. Artemis 2. Now the visibility range, if you can see Florida here, I know this is probably kind of hard to see, but the visibility range, and this is on NASA's website, so you can go and see this on NASA's website. You can also see these posts on their Facebook page. It's NASA Artemis 2 is the name of the Facebook page. Just search for it and you can find it. This chart actually tells you when you'll be able to see it. Now, Dean, I expect you to be out. I expect you Floridians, by Florida people, to be outside filming. I want to see it. I want to see it go up. This will tell you. I don't think I shared this on our Hitchhiking Bones Facebook page, but again, you can go to NASA Artemis 2 page and see this. It tells you how many seconds you'll be able to, depending on how far away you are from the Cape, when you'll be able to see it, which is really, really cool. This is just one of many tools that NASA gives us to uh, just to help out, help us follow this mission. They really want us to follow this mission. Um, the Now NASA's ultimate goal, y'all, is to eventually build a moon base. I don't know if y'all knew all this or not, but they want to build a moon base. We're apparently in a new space race with China. Um, of course, we won the space race in 1969, and we're the first to put moon. But with this little page that NASA provides, you can actually follow the mission. And so this would be just fun for anybody really to do. And you could just check off, when these things listed on this chart happen, you can just check them off. So that would be a lot of fun for kids to do. I'm thinking that this would be a lot of fun for Wyatt, or because the kids will be home from school by the time it goes up. So this could be fun to watch. It's a 10-day mission, and it you know they'll be gathering data, they'll be testing systems. It's really interesting to me, y'all, that we went into space in the 60s with less technology than what's right here in my hand, in my phone. Um, and we don't know how to do it anymore. That technology is old. It's passed us by. So we've been trying to figure out how to get there again. And it's just interesting to me that we're having to do that. But again, it's gonna be really something to watch. I'm totally excited about it. I was a very small child in 1969. However, how many of you are old enough to remember the launch? I know I have some folks in here who remember that launch in '69, and I was a small child, and I remember it because all of us were glued. My mom was a teacher, and I know Susan remembers it. Joy probably remembers where she was too. We were right in our living room watching it, with the rest of the world. It was absolutely incredible. And I remember Daddy picked me up after they were back inside. Daddy picked me up and we walked out on the lawn. He carried me outside, and we were on the lawn and we were looking up at the moon. And he said that I said, "Daddy, look, I can see him up there. I can see him." I was very young. I was just very, very young, but I remember that. It was just a neat memory. Now, I don't. How many of you are following this? Are any of you? Tina, what do you remember watching? Yeah, you missed it. Yeah, Pam, if you were born in '74, you missed it by a few years. You sure did. Hey, good to see you. By the way, good to see you. Let's see, I'm getting behind in the chat, y'all. Sorry. Um, Dave, are you following it? Who's following this? I just Tina says she remembers it. You did miss it by just a little bit. So yeah, you were 7 in 16. Do you remember it? Keith, do you remember the moment? Oh gosh, yeah. You watched it in school, Tina. Of course you did. Yeah. Yeah. Watched it in school. Pretty. It was amazing. It really was. And we're going back. Now I don't know if y'all knew about this, but I think I posted this on my Facebook page a couple of times so that people who didn't know about it could take advantage of it if they wanted to. Um, but on the NASA page, the Artemis page, they had a send your name around the moon. It's at go.nasa.gov /Artemis names, and it's closed now. It's too late to do it. But basically, people from around the world, and I did this, I think it was like in January or something. People from the world around the world submitted 5,647,889 names. It was called the Send Your Name with Artemis campaign. Those names were downloaded onto an SD card that is safely stored inside RISE, and a zero gravity indicator designed by third grader Lucas Yee from California. RISE will accompany the Artemis II astronauts inside the Orion spacecraft during their lunar journey. So my name will be sent into space. Fantastic. I've got a passport. When William gets here, I'm going to run and get my passport, y'all, to show you. But I printed a passport and everything, and then I can log in with my account and get special mission updates and things like that. So I'm really excited about it. So my name will be going into space, and it was really cool. It was called the Send Your Name with Artemis campaign. Did anybody else do that? Yeah. Pam, you finally feel right. You finally feel kind of young. So live mission coverage, y'all, at nasa.gov, facebook.com /NASA Artemis. You can watch it. So you can watch it on Amazon Prime. You can watch it on YouTube, and you can watch it on the NASA website. They're just going to go a lot of places to watch it. And more than likely, a lot of, the parking spaces for Jetty Park, which is just around, it's that beach that's across from the Cape. Basically, people that they're full. They have been for months, so there'll be crowds and crowds of people. It'll be hard to get in there to get around the Cape tomorrow, but yeah. So Space Launch System rocket for Artemis II will begin tomorrow at 7:45 a.m. Eastern. The live coverage of tanking operations and the live feed and commentary and what have you. Coverage will include live rocket views with audio commentary, so you can watch it, on YouTube, lots of different places. Just do a search, and you can probably find this. They're going to really be, hyping this, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, William.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
Talking about Artemis II tomorrow. Strawberry Field family, welcome. Fairy, welcome in. Strawberry Field Fairy, welcome in. Good to see you. William, how are you?
Doing pretty well.
Are you?
Well, yeah, doing pretty well. I've been busy.
Well, I was just explaining to everybody that I participated in the Send Your Name with Artemis program that they had. And cool. I don't know if I mentioned this too or not, William, but you could sign up on the website and put your name in and create an account. And they put all of those names on an SD card that is going to go with Artemis.
That's cool.
So, and they posted a couple of days ago on the site, and it said fist bump, rise. People from around the world submitted 5,647,889 names through the Send Your Name with Artemis campaign, and those names were downloaded onto an SD card that is going into space. So
that's neat.
My name will be going into space. I'm pretty excited about it. So, I made this little slide. To go with it, but yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. Just neat, and I'm really excited about it, William. You know how much I love the space program, but I was about Wesley's size when we went to the moon.
Yeah,
and so I watched that sitting in Daddy's lap in front of the TV with the rest of mankind. I think every American in the United States was glued to that. When you ride Spaceship Earth in Epcot, there's a family. They have a scene of people watching, and that's exactly what it looked like, because everybody was just glued to their TV. So anyway, it's gonna be fun. Let's see. I have Strawberry Field Fairy. I have a picture. I have met Josh in person. I have a picture at the end of the slideshow with him. Sure have. Have you met him? Have you seen him? A lot of people have met him because he spends so much time in the parks. William, what are you up to, by the way? I didn't.
So right now I'm just writing putting everybody's names down on the.
Oh, how your week's going? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's going good. We celebrated Wesley's birthday again yesterday. We celebrated on Saturday too, and so had a good time. Went out to eat, shopped a little bit, so it was good.
Yeah. Well, it was a lot of fun on Saturday. We really enjoyed it, and goodness, it's at a special age. Really is. So okay, moving right along. Let's get into. We're going to talk about Disney's new chief executive officer. I'm sure that unless you've been under a rock, you've heard about the fact that Disney has had a change in leadership, and Bob Iger has retired for the second time, and Josh D'Amaro, who all of us kind of figured was a shoo-in for the CEO position, has taken the reins. So how do you feel? How do you guys feel about that? What do you think? Josh D'Amaro is he's popular. He's always been very popular with Disney fans. And I think, what do you think makes him so popular, William? What do you think is part of his appeal?
I mean, part of it, you already mentioned part of it, having a presence, in the parks, is part of it. Just 9 CEOs since 1928. Yeah, I think that's right. Granted, you had 2 terms there with, you got Iger there twice. So I mean, is it technically 8?
Right. Pretty amazing. So you have Roy Disney, Don Tatum, Card Walker, Ron Miller, who was Diane's husband, Walt Disney's son-in-law, Michael Eisner. Then you had Bob Iger's first tenure, and then we had Bob Chapek, who we just all soon forget, and then Bob Iger stepped in for the second time, and then of course now we have Josh D'Amaro. So yeah, that's all of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing that the company has only had that many CEOs. It really is. Roy Disney served in that position, of course, and was the first. Michael Eisner, of course, was did a lot for all of the CEOs, other than Bob Chapek. I feel like advanced the company.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, welcome in. All the mugshots, right? Especially that one on the bottom left. That's he who shall not be named.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Roy was the first Disney CEO, whether he wanted to be or not. I think he was elected Walt elected him by default when Walt was the board. So yeah. But anyway,
there's an old clip that talks about securing the financing for the park for Disneyland, and I can't remember how much they say it is, but back then had to just been an astronomical amount of money. In the clip, Walt says, they mention how much money it is, and Walt says, "My big brother says we can do it." So,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Yeah. Walt and Roy Disney have to be uh, one of the most prolific and successful business teams in history. Their partnership and their working together, to make all of Walt's dreams and Roy's, come to fruition was really quite amazing.
Yeah.
Really is. Let's see. Let me see if I can catch up in chat. Let's see. Right, Jonathan. I'll say Voldemort before that name too. Okay, all together now. Boo! Oh my goodness. We need to be nicer, y'all. It was a mess though under Bob Chapek. It was bad. So,
about that.
We brought, of course, Bob Iger was CEO after Michael Eisner. He came in and he had a good successful run. Then the board with Bob Iger's recommendation turned to Bob Chapek, who was a total disaster.
Yeah.
And I don't fully fault him because I know that the board had a lot to do with that as well. But it was so bad that they had to pull Bob Iger back in for his second tenure. And Bob Iger actually transformed the Walt Disney Company into a global powerhouse during his tenure as CEO. It was 2005 to 2020, and then 2022 to the present.
I mean, all the acquisitions are just insane, you know. Yes. Pixar, Lucasfilm, Marvel, Fox, technically, basically Hulu also.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, which I'm not real excited about as the rest of us.
Yeah.
But I'm not as excited about Hulu as I am the rest of them. But yes, and he also launched Disney Plus and opened Shanghai Disney. So, golly, that's a lot. That's a lot. As far as expanding the Disney brand and globally, really something he did. And really, I mean, the plans for Disneyland Abu Dhabi have began under him. So technically, I guess you could rake that over into his pile, as because he would have had to have done a lot of the negotiations and things with them, to get them to commit to that. And I don't know how the financing and everything is going to work for that. I know that Disneyland Paris is the only European or overseas park that Disney actually owns. They have a piece of some of the other parks, I think, but they don't own them. So So that's pretty much it, Tina. Roy was the money guy. God bless him. Roy was the money guy. So we gave Bob Chapek a hard time. We really did. It was rough. It was rough. So Bob Iger was an amazing Disney CEO, and I pulled this out, y'all, just to show you his book, The Ride of a Lifetime. I have not read all the way through this. I'm going to go ahead and finish it. Got about halfway through it and then got distracted or pulled away. But
I was probably a third of the way in also, and then just got busy and didn't finish
it. But it's this is in hardcover. I just ordered this from Amazon, and it's very good. I mean, what I've read of it's called The Ride of a Lifetime. Again, by Bob Iger, and of course it has his picture on the cover there. But There are, he tells a lot of stories in it. As I said, I'm going to get back into it and finish it up. I'm about halfway through it. So, a grand vision defined the CEO of Disney, shares the ideas and values he embraced to reinvent one of the most beloved companies in the world and inspire the people who bring the magic to life. So, I recommend that book. Even though I've just gotten halfway through it, I did enjoy it. As far as Bob Chapek, I'll have to say, in all honesty, I was more impressed with him the first time he retired. I'm not nearly as pleased with him when he came back because, and we can speculate, I guess, all night about, some of the the Bob Chapek, ghost was still hanging around, or, the board was still kind of on the, on this crazy, merry-go-round that they got on, raising prices and cutting services and that kind of thing. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what all was going on there. I know it was just all about money.
Yeah.
And so his second tenure, we were all so glad when, it was around Thanksgiving. We were in Tennessee on the mountain when the news came that they had brought Chapek, or brought Iger back in and fired Chapek, and thought, oh, okay, now everything's going to get back to normal, and it really didn't. So,
yeah.
We'll, but for kind of closing a chapter on Bob Iger, not that he didn't do a lot for the company, he did. He totally did, and so we appreciate his contributions for sure.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a tough job. It's a big company. So, here's a Bob Iger on the left here, and the new CEO,
welcome in, Kevin,
on the right. So, hey, Kevin, welcome in. So who is Josh D'Amaro then? Most of us are familiar with him, just because he is a popular. He's really popular with Disney fans, especially parks people, because he is a parks guy, y'all. He shows up, he walks the parks a lot, like Walt used to do, and he's always done that. He actually started with Disney as a parking lot attendant.
Wow.
As a cast member. He started as a parking lot attendant, and he's now the CEO. So we're going to talk a little bit about the timeline and how he rose through the ranks. But that's pretty amazing. I mean, that's the American dream right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's just not, much else you can say about that. It's just pretty incredible to have that kind of pedigree. Formerly chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Products. He is now, of course, CEO. His tenure started in January. He was born on February the 10th, 1971. He's 54, in Medfield, Massachusetts. He was educated at Medfield High School and initially studied sculpture, which is really interesting. So he's got an art side, at Skidmore College before transferring to Georgetown University. What were you going to say, William?
Oh, nothing. I was following along.
In 1993, he graduated Georgetown with a bachelor's in business administration, appropriately enough, and he began his career with the finance department of the Gillette Company, based in Boston, before he joined Walt Disney in 1998. He has 2 children with his wife, Susan. He's been employed by the Disney Company for 27 years, and he specializes in, of course, the resorts, the parks. He joined in 98, and he held leadership roles at Disneyland Resort and served as president of Walt Disney World Resort. We'll kind of see that timeline here in just a minute, but this just kind of gives you an overview. Known for leading the parks division through significant expansion, including Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Avengers Campus, and overseeing digital ventures like the Epic Games partnership. So he has, he has already contributed. He really has, on his, in his own right, he's already contributed. Let's see here. He actually, there were several people initially in the running. I mean, obviously, when you have a company the size of Disney, you have more than one person in the running for the top spot. Now, this is Dana Walden here on the right, and she was the other when they got it narrowed down to just two people. She was the other person, the other candidate who was under consideration. And most people were really kind of pulling for Josh D'Amaro, I think, just because he's very well known. A lot of FaceTime. I guess you could say, William, that he is kind of the face of the company.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I would have, Bob Iger definitely would have been, up until now, but
yes.
For sure, I mean, I don't, he, the lay person, probably would recognize him. There's a better chance that somebody would have recognized Bob Iger, but, as his tenure goes on, he'll be, lots of folks will see him and get more familiar with his face and
oh yeah,
get to know him better.
Yeah, he is a parks guy. I mean, I think that's one, because he walked the parks like Walt did, and anytime he talked at, whether it was at D23 or in an interview or whatever, he talked about how much he loved the parks. And when I have a picture of Kylie and me when we met him in 2021 in Hollywood Studios, and when we saw him, he was walking the parks talking to cast members and guests. So that's what he was doing, the day that we met him. So he is a parks guy, which we love.
Yep.
We love that because we want hoping that he could kind of bring some of the magic back to the parks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, here's just some, a couple of pictures of him. There's him in an interview. Very handsome guy. No wonder, obviously smart, worked his way up, has a lot of company knowledge there.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's, as we've already said, he's the incoming CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Mm-hmm. Named as the successor to Bob Iger to lead the whole company. He was the chairman of Disney Experiences and led the division of overseeing global parks from cruise lines and consumer products through a period of massive investment and recovery from 2020 to 2026. He also, during the pandemic, his leadership then, managing the closure and phased safe reopening of the Disney parks worldwide. Had a $60 billion expansion plan. He championed a 10-year, $60 billion investment plan to significantly expand theme parks and the Disney Cruise Line fleet. Bob Iger had touted that as well.
Yes. Yes.
But, launching, again, like Mom mentioned a minute ago, overseeing the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Avengers Campus. Also, growing the cruise line fleet, cruise ship fleet from four to five ships with plans for up to 13. Wow. The adventure, is going to be absolutely a massive, biggest, I think, big per Jillian, I think it's the biggest cruise ship out there in the world. Whenever it's actually, has it already set sail?
I don't know. I know that Kurt Russell, I believe, is Godfather for the adventure. I think that's right, which is I love because I'm so crazy about Kurt Russell. Huge Kurt Russell fan.
No, that's the adventure is Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kurt Russell is one of the others. Maybe I'd have to look it up. No, you're right. You're right. It's Robert Downey Jr. Kurt Russell's been on my mind here lately because of his new
He's the godparent of the Disney adventure.
Been on the news a lot lately, and I love that because he has a new series out that's going very well. But you're right. Robert Downey Jr. is Godfather for the new ship, which is fun. Let me go over. Hang on just a second.
Back to notes there. He was president of Walt Disney World Resort from 2019 to 2020 and led Florida's massive operations. I mean, the head count there at Disney World, the Walt Disney World, is just absolutely insane. Yeah. You know, we've talked before about it being its own city, really.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Have a good night, Keith. But and also, you know, Epcot's transformation and the 50th anniversary planning, which you know, Epcot's transformation has taken some flack, and I think rightfully so. You know, for as long as they had so much of that part of the park shut down, you know, for them to drop the walls and us to see what they gave. You know, especially, I mean, for me, the most embarrassing part, which I don't even like to walk through it, is the lights in the ground. Yeah. You know, and they're drilled in with screws, and you know, it's very ugly. You know, many times they've got the little roped off, little ropes to keep you from walking over a certain part of it. You know, I don't know why in the world.
Very well done.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah,
the Raymer statue of Walt was probably the best thing they did in that area.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on, he was president of Disneyland Resort from 2018 to 2019, and led that resort during the planning of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And also, he, as far as international experience goes, he served as a leader in operations and sales for Hong Kong Disneyland. So a little bit of international experience. Of course, I mean, you have to think that, as far as the, them moving, from Iger, and having the Chapek failure, and then bringing Iger back in, you have to think that for some period of time now,
David,
Josh D'Amaro had to have been practically in Bob Iger's pocket, just going with him everywhere, basically, and frankly, it seems like that's been the case, especially since they came out with the announcement. I've seen pictures of the two together, at Disneyland.
He is younger than you, Keith. Yeah. He's just not much, but he's a little younger than you are.
But anyway, so yeah, there's no doubt that he's had exposure, because they want him to be successful, obviously.
Yes.
Because I feel like, granted, I'm sure that Bob Iger doesn't mind the pay, but I feel like a third time would really look like a black eye. So, surely they'll get it right this time around.
All right.
We got faith in him.
Honestly, I think we're pretty safe with Josh D'Amaro. I do.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty safe.
Like Mom said earlier, he started his career at Disney in the early 1990s as a parking lot attendant at Disneyland while he was a student. So he started from the bottom with the company. He's known for high visibility, like we talked about in the parks, engaging with cast members and guests, and has pretty sizable following on social media. And also too in terms of technical advances, technological advances. He championed the use of AI and animatronics and forged a major partnership with Epic Games. I am very glad to see, because they had come up with some insane number. I think it was like they wanted to invest like 10 billion into AI, and they just backed out.
Wow.
They just backed out of that.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, they just backed out of it.
That's a lot.
Let's see.
Was it that? Yeah, I don't know that I had seen that number.
It was $1 billion. It was Disney and Open AI, and they have since changed their mind, and they're backing out on that.
Gotcha.
Which I was glad to see.
Yeah. Wow. God. Well, I see. I wonder what capacity, what capacity they would have.
They ended their deal 6 days ago. It was a planned $1 billion investment in content licensing partnership with OpenAI. And there was OpenAI shut down their generative AI app called Sora. It was frankly, I'm glad to see it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of bleeding edge right now with all the AI stuff.
Right.
Some of it's just absolute garbage, and some of it, is actually beneficial and useful. So it's still pretty early stages, honestly, on that front, from a technology perspective.
Yeah.
Josh tomorrow holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Georgetown University.
Mm-hmm.
From 2013 to 2014, DeMauro was vice president of Disney's Animal Kingdom. Ultimately, DeMauro was vice president as the theme park planned its major expansion to include Pandora, the world of Avatar, and that joint venture between Disney and James Cameron. And the largest.
Oh, hey, Robert!
It was the largest expansion in Animal Kingdom's history. After the expansion of Disney's Animal Kingdom began construction in September 2014, DeMauro became senior vice president of resort and transportation operations at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida.
He has done. I think David says if only he had been custodial. I think he's done everything but custodial. He
Pretty
may have
much.
done that too.
Pretty much. And he worked in that position till 2017. And then from 2017 to 2020, DeMauro's positions with the park's experiences and products changed quickly. In 2017, he was promoted to Chief Creative Officer, so CCO, of the Walt Disney World Resort, a higher position that he had held for a year before taking on the role of president of Disneyland Park in Anaheim, California, another role that he held for a year and a half before returning to Florida to become president of Walt Disney World Resort. So he's bumped around. Honestly, they probably shuffled him around to where they needed him at the time, basically. Yeah. I mean, that's what it looks like, as they keep kind of shuffling him around.
Yeah. I didn't realize that he had moved around that much.
I know he had moved around quite a bit, just from covering it since we've had the channel. So, 2019, I knew that he had seen movement there, even just during that time. So he's moved around even more than we thought he did. But in 2020, Bob Chapek succeeded Bob Iger as CEO of the Walt Disney Company, and on May 18th, 2020, DeMauro succeeded Chapek as chairman of Disney Experiences during the COVID-19 pandemic. The chairmanship meant that DeMauro was responsible for the management of attractions, cruise ships, merchandise, and retail of all 6 theme parks in California, Florida, France, Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Tokyo.
Okay, if there has been, other than Roy, and there's a complete difference in the companies, obviously, between now and when Roy had it, but how could anybody else in the company have possibly had this much experience in so many different areas?
Right.
I don't see how that's even possible.
Right.
But the time that he reopened the parks after COVID, I mean, it appears that he got handed some problem areas. I think they pulled him in a lot of times. It seems like they pulled him in to put out fires, in addition to the creative side of it.
Yeah.
He has a way with people. He's very friendly. Colleen and I, again, Colleen and I, have met him before.
Yeah.
But yeah, just there's a timeline, just a little timeline that I put together of of his sort of his career and what have you when he started as president of Walt Disney World. So he has been. Is Jeff Volley still president of Walt Disney World?
I think so. And then it wasn't Ken Potrock out there at Disneyland, I think, maybe. But on September 29th, 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Disney cut 28,000 employees from its theme parks. Despite the phased reopening of many Disney resorts around the world during the summer of 2020, Disneyland Resort in California was unable to reopen its theme parks and furloughed cast members and staff. In April 2021, as COVID-19 restrictions were lifted, DeMauro had set about reopening certain Disney parks and services to the public. Mm-hmm. On April 30th, 2021, Disney reopened Disneyland Park in Anaheim, which was the final Disney resort to reopen after its initial closure. Disneyland Paris reopened on June 17th, after the second closure on October 30th, 2020, making it the final Disney park in resort to be reopened overall, and one of three resorts to close, reopen, and close again due to local government restrictions.
Nancy.
The other two being Hong Kong Disneyland and Shanghai Disneyland. So that they had open and closed.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah. So he okay. So the last park then to open after COVID was Paris.
Yes. All the other three had opened and closed, and then opened again. So the second reopening of Disneyland Paris came in June, but Disneyland they waited till into April to open. So technically, Disneyland Paris was the last one. As they had closed it again October 30th of 2020 and then reopened June 17th, 2021. So on February 3rd, 2026, Iger named Josh D'Amaro his successor as CEO of the Walt Disney Company. He would assume the position at the company's annual meeting on March 18th, so just a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. The company release says Burbank, California, February 3rd, 2026. The Walt Disney Company Board of Directors announced that in a unanimous vote held Monday, it elected Disney Experiences chairman Josh D'Amaro to become chief executive officer of the Walt Disney Company, effective at the upcoming annual meeting on March 18th, 2026, where he will succeed longtime Disney CEO Robert A. Iger. The board also intends to appoint D'Amaro as director immediately following that meeting, ahead of the company's largest business segment as head of the company's largest business segment with $36 billion with a B in annual revenue in fiscal year 2025 and 185,000 cast members and employees worldwide. Wow. D'Amaro, 28-year Disney veteran, is the architect of the largest global expansion in Disney Experiences history and has led the segment to new heights financially, creatively, and in guest satisfaction.
It's amazing.
Josh D'Amaro possesses that rare combination of inspiring leadership and innovation, a keen eye for strategic growth opportunities, and a deep passion for the Disney brand and its people, all of which make him the right person to take the helm as Disney's next CEO, said Josh Gorman, chairman of the Walt Disney Company Board of Directors. Throughout this search process, Josh has demonstrated a strong vision for the company's future and a deep understanding of the creative spirit that makes Disney unique in an ever-changing marketplace. He has an outstanding record of business achievement, collaborating with some of the biggest names of entertainment to bring their stories to life in our parks, showcasing the power of combining Disney storytelling with cutting-edge technology. The board believes that he is exceptionally well prepared to guide this global company forward to serve our consumers around the world and create long-term value for shareholders. Josh D'Amaro is an exceptional leader and the right person to become our next CEO, said Robert A. Iger, CEO of the Walt Disney Company. He has an instinctive appreciation of the Disney brand and a deep understanding of what resonates with our audiences, paired with the rigor and attention to detail required to deliver some of our most ambitious projects. His ability to combine creativity with operational excellence is exemplary, and I'm thrilled for Josh and the company.
Jonathan, I know we all love D'Amaro, and we know he's going to be great, but let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet because of things for some reason, whatever blind reason goes south. We'll all be commenting.
Yeah.
I really think, Jonathan, that he would have to try hard to let this go south. He obviously has the background and the understanding of the company. He's kind of the full package. So I'm holding out hope, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Hope springs eternal, buddy. So we're hoping, and we'll be watching him closely. We all will be watching him closely. Yeah, I get you. I hear you.
Yeah. To what extent, I think, and Jillian's mentioned this. She said, I think he listens. Mm-hmm. Whether or not he chooses to act on some of it is a different story.
Right.
But he does at least hear guest feedback out. And so, she's optimistic. She had mentioned to me that he's already, cited, cost being something that's, dissuading, a decent part of the, of the American populace from going out there and making a trip to Disney World. And so, there are some really good specials going on right now. Mm-hmm. Certain deals like the floor park pass that they've been doing the last couple of years, and there's some free dining.
Follow the Bradley's Fun Welcome in. Yeah, what do y'all think about?
There are some savings opportunities out there, and also a little. I use it as a small commercial for Jillian. If you need help booking a trip, feel free to reach out to Jillian.
Absolutely. Yeah.
She'd be glad to help you. Her information from the description. But key themes and text from Josh's first memo, a One Disney vision. Josh D'Amaro emphasized operating as a unified company to leverage global strengths, stating that their greatest advantage is how global businesses come together.
I could not agree more.
His core pillars include keeping storytelling as the North Star, embracing new technology, and operating as One Disney, which, hey, I'm all for all that.
Hey, Jerry. Welcome in.
Oh, welcome in, Jerry.
I absolutely.
And Spacey Beers as well. Welcome in. Great to see you. 100%. Let's see here. Josh D'Amaro he thanks Bob Iger for his mentorship, acknowledging the strong foundation built over the previous 20 years. Mm-hmm. And Josh D'Amaro has an emphasis and focus on people, and he emphasizes that the cast, Imagineers, and employees are the most important part of the company, emphasizing humility and taking on the CEO role. Mm-hmm. And he mentioned a personal connection, citing a personal memory of riding Peter Pan's flight as a child to demonstrate the lasting magic of Disney. So I guess that means if you're a Peter Pan's flight fan, that ride's not going anywhere. It's not going to be rethemed anytime soon.
That one is safe.
Yeah, if any attraction, is safe. If Josh D'Amaro says that sticks out for him.
Yeah.
As a child.
Likes the ride is probably going to hang around.
Right.
I wonder how he feels about Haunted Mansion. I don't think that one's going anywhere. But Ron, I 100%, agree with you. And Ron, a lot of your comments, um, a lot of times I am right there with you. A lot of your comments on, things that have happened in the parks and are happening. He says, unfortunately, Rivers of America and at Magic Kingdom is gone forever, and that's forever heartbreaking. I could not agree with you more. That has really been a blow for me. Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, Liberty Bell. I just flat out am still in disbelief that they even did that, but they did it. So, anyway, but Spaceship Bears, welcome in. It's good to see you as always. Yeah, welcome in. So this, and we've got Abu Dhabi coming up. As we mentioned now, this one, guys. Jeff and I, at some point in the near future, we were talking about it today. No, well, not too near future, but would love. We're Disneyland Paris is on our radar for sure. But we'll be watching Disneyland Abu Dhabi. I'm sure a lot of people worldwide will be watching. That's going to be an interesting one. How they're going to do that park. Josh Tomorrow is, in this picture is right there, with the two the guys here, the financiers and owners basically who will be building that park. And if I had to guess, with Abu Dhabi, money is no object. So this is going to probably come in under Josh's tenure as CEO of parks here, and so it's going to be interesting to see. I wonder if we'll own a percentage of this, or probably going to be like the other American parks. Or how that's going to work. I'm thinking. Yeah. I don't know how they'll do that, but this is the announcement, of course, that they made several months ago about Abu Dhabi Disneyland. So that's going to be an interesting one, guys. And always keep your eyes peeled because you never know who you might see in the parks. This, of course, is I took Kylie to Walt Disney World for the first time in 2021, and we're all wearing masks, obviously. So it was still, mask up time. It was COVID travel. COVID travel was fantastic, by the way. I think we paid like $49 each for our, one way, I guess. For our plane tickets. It was fantastic. But as we were walking through, the park there, I noticed, excuse me, hang on just a second. Let me, did I do that?
Yes, you did.
There we go. There we go.
Steve Urkel.
Did I do that? You're trying to figure that out. Yeah. Did I do that? But as we were walking through, I always pay attention when I see a suit in the park. And I got behind him, like directly behind him in this area. You can tell we're just across from alien swirling saucers. And I looked, and it's this tall, thin guy, tall, lanky, with the salt and pepper gray hair. And I knew who it was. I immediately knew who it was. I thought, oh my gosh, if that is Josh Tomorrow, I'm just going to fangirl out. And he turned to the left and walked over to the cast members who were operating alien swirling saucers and started talking to them. And Kylie and I walked up and waited for him to finish the conversation. Of course, Kylie, bless her heart, had no idea who he was. But,
yeah,
I introduced myself and, so this is my granddaughter. It's her first trip. He talked a lot to Kylie. Do you like the parks? What's your favorite park? What's your favorite ride? we're so glad hope you'll, come back to Disney World, lots of times in your life. We want you to come back. And it was just really neat.
Yeah.
And so, did the
Distance selfie.
distance selfie, and that's pretty cool there. So yeah. But yeah, when he turned around, I mean, I totally knew who he was. And I saw the tag, said Josh, his name tag. So
Yeah.
so that's our little that was really neat. We that was just a really neat, just a cool thing. Just ran up on him, walking around in the parks that day, talking to people like he does. So he is a parks person. Yes, looking forward to the new Tropical Americas area. Looking forward to that one. Absolutely. See what they do with that. And the new Buzz Lightyear, the refurb on Buzz Lightyear. So, have to guess Abu Dhabi might be a bit delayed. Possibly. Now that you mention it. Oh yeah. Yeah, it could be. Probably not. I don't know. Probably not much. Probably not much. Abu Dhabi kind of does their own thing over there. So, and they're just kind of sitting on top of a gold mine, literally. So they're extremely, extremely rich area of the country in minerals and mineral deposits and all that. Jonathan's tomorrow is a people person, a man of the people. Let's see what he's like with the business side. Well, he is, he has, he's overseen so much of the business side, so many different things. Wow. Obviously very versatile, but we'll see what the proof's in the pudding there, Jonathan, right? So, absolutely. The proof is in the pudding. So we'll see. Yeah, Disney. Yeah. I am looking forward to that changeover from dinosaur to Indy, because Indiana Jones at Disneyland is so ridiculously good. It's crazy good. So that's one that we're really excited about it. Have y'all been to Disneyland Paris? Oh, well, Jennifer Caruso and Ron are going next month. I want to say they're going in May. So we're really excited about that. But yeah, that's on our radar. That's definitely on mine and Jeff's radar. So yeah, why is Paris getting all the cool news? They always get all the cool stuff. They do get a lot of cool stuff. I follow, like you probably, I follow several, pages and accounts for Disneyland Paris. They have really neat merch. They do. The other place that has really neat merch is Tokyo. They get good stuff too. Disneyland Tokyo is on our schedule for 2027. Along with our booked back-to-back week-long Disney Adventure Cruise. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is going to be amazing. Wow.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. That Disney Adventure. I'm looking forward to the report on the Disney Adventure. That one's did you ever look up the gross tonnage on that one?
I did not.
How big is that puppy? Golly. Yes, I'm thinking that Abu Dhabi is going to be a partnership. Yeah.
208,000 gross tons.
How much?
208,000.
Wow. God,
so
really?
for comparison, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's about 208,000. So for comparison, the Wish class of cruise ships is only 144.
Yeah.
So it dwarfs the
yeah.
It's massive compared to the Wish class ship.
Okay, so which cruise ship did you and Jillian take for your wedding, for your honeymoon?
We went on some sort of carnival ship. I couldn't tell you what it was, but it was a Carnival ship.
Conquest.
Nah, I don't know.
That ship, just to give you now, you remember how large that ship was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a pretty big ship. That class of Carnival ship is 110,000 gross tonnage. So we're talking basically half the size.
Yeah, that's insane.
It is. I mean, and you know how big that ship was that y'all honeymooned on.
Yeah, that's
that class of Carnival ship. I happen to remember is 110,000 gross tons.
It featured 20 decks and a max capacity of 6,700 guests.
Wow, that's gonna be that is gonna be amazing. Yeah. Yes, so cool to see him in person. It really was. But yeah, that the adventure is going to be nice. We need to look up as much as we can find out on the adventure, William, and do a little piece on that. Jillian could probably help us out.
Yeah.
On that, maybe. Yeah, yes, Josh is very personable. Yeah. Bob Iger, not so much from what you've heard. Yeah. Okay, Robert is asking about Lorcana cards. So let's move along here. Let's just move along here. One other thing that I did want to mention, the Disney Legends 2026 honorees list has been released. And there are some really interesting ones here. Some well-deserved, very well-deserved. And some I thought were a little early maybe to go in as Disney Legends. What do you think about the list, William?
Let's see. Let's see. Looking through the list here.
I feel like Anne Hathaway is, obviously
Jillian, that was the one that Jillian. I'm not sure. I'd have to look up who Eric Goldberg is, but Susan Egan, she's the voice of Meg from Hercules, correct? Pretty sure.
Yes.
Which I love Hercules. Don't get me wrong. I'd have to look to see what other work she may have done for the company, but
right. She's done quite a lot actually. She replaced Jennifer Garner in this year's Candlelight Processional narration, and I looked her up. I was there the night and caught part of her narration, and so I looked her up because I did not recognize. I didn't know what all she had done, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So, Bob Iger, they wasted no time, getting Bob Iger in there.
Okay, she was Belle for the Broadway musical adaptation of Beauty and the Beast, Meg and Hercules. So she's done some other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, but Anne Hathaway especially, I was like, come on, seriously, what has she done outside of Princess Diaries? And they've done two of those, and I want to say there's a third one in the works. But
yes, I think so.
Jillian, we brought that up, and Jillian said, I guess we're making anybody a Disney legend these days, huh?
Anything,
yeah. Chris Berman, I mean, he's ESPN Sports Center icon. Jerry Bruckheimer, I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean. That's all you got to say. Eric Goldberg, I'll have to look up, but Susan Egan, Broadway. She has multiple representations of the company. Belle on Broadway, and then Meg for Hercules. Okay, again, have to look up Eric Goldberg. Anne Hathaway, Princess Diaries. Okay. Bob Iger, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
Kim Irvine, obviously, has a familial pedigree with Disney. Her star, at least in my opinion, she started to wear out her welcome toward the end.
She did.
She did a lot of great things, for the company, but by the end, and some of the stuff that she said about the Haunted Mansion, I could have thrown her out myself by the time the end, by the time her tenure was done with the company, I could have walked her out of the building. Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of The Rock. Obviously, we've got he's Maui in Moana 1 and 2. And live action Moana. They're going to triple dip on Moana, and in a 10-year span, we're going to end up with 3 Moana films.
And you've got Jungle Cruise,
and then also Jungle Cruise, The Game Plan, Tooth Fairy. So The Rock's got a lot of skin, probably more skin on the wall than most people would think about.
He does, yeah, he does. He really does.
So yeah, and I'm biased. I'm a big fan of The Rock. But the Jonas Brothers, I mean, they just did the song for Disneyland's 70th.
Long time,
and they've had a good relationship with the company for a very long time. Obviously massively popular back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're still big now, but massively, popular back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, okay, everybody loves him. He does a great job. The cadence of his songs really gets on my nerves sometimes. I'm okay with it, and you're welcome. But think about Mary Poppins. He did Mary Poppins Returns, right? I have to look here. Mary Poppins.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And one of my things coming out of that film was I said no one is going to be singing any of those songs, 5, 10, 20, 30 years down the road.
Right. I agree.
Let's see.
No, Tina, this one is reputed to the Adventure is going to be the largest cruise ship on the ocean, basically. If they get that one.
Oh, never mind. He was Bert in the film. He was not actually a composer. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, he was Bert, which also LOL. All right. I mean that's
okay.
I mean,
hey.
Oh, interesting.
JoJo went on the Adventure, so she is sailing. Was he on like the
Jack? He was an apprentice to Bert. He was Jack. Sorry,
we have two different conversations.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's okay.
But anyway, I'm okay with Lin-Manuel Miranda. Obviously, he crushed it with Moana. I'm okay with him. Just there's some of his stuff I like better than others, which I guess you could say about most, most people who create art of some sort.
Yeah. Interesting though. I feel like I really feel like
there's a lot of this that is early, like you said.
Right. Too early.
Yeah.
With the possible exception of the Jonas Brothers, because they've just been around for so long.
Yeah. Well, Alan Tudyk also, he's done a ton. And that's across, that's across multiple, aspects of the company. Also, K2SO and Andor and Rogue One, Star Wars.
So David says our staterooms for the Adventure are inside Imagination Garden stage view veranda for the 3 nights, and then changing to aft Wayfinder Bay ocean view veranda. Oh my goodness, where we'll overlook the pool and Moana show. Wow, that is so. You're actually changing. That's interesting. You're changing cabins during the cruise. That's interesting. Well, that's exciting. That's really exciting. Where are you cruising to, David? I'm sorry, William, what were you saying?
I was just talking about, Alan Tudyk has done a ton of stuff,
Why has he not gone in? Instead of, it's too early, why has he not already gone in? You know,
I mean, I still, I just wonder about some of these. It feels early for some of this. Especially, I would like to see the list of people who have not been made Disney legends yet that are deserving.
well, and older, have
Yeah,
been
that
around
too.
and, contributed. So, I feel like they may be going for a lot of face recognition here
Yeah.
with this class.
And also
Um,
too, I mean, should we lock this thing down a little bit? I feel like this is way too many. I feel like this is a very large class.
yeah. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is in theaters. I have not seen it, but is that Disney?
I thought you mentioned that it was.
Um, I don't know if it is or not. I'd have to look it up to see if Devil Wears Prada. Somebody want to look that up right quick and see if Devil Wears Prada was Disney. It may be, somehow it could be Touchstone, you know. Um yeah. Um let's see. Tina says she doubts that Bob Chapek will ever become a Disney legend. I think there would probably be an uprising if they, yeah.
How is Michael Eisner not a Disney legend?
He's not?
That's what this article says here.
Wow, I don't know. That's hard to believe. And yet, they're gonna put Anne Hathaway in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Pam says my son's therapist looked exactly like The Rock.
That's funny.
It was very strange. He said nobody told him that before. Oh gosh. What's like the whole muscles and everything, or just his face, Pam? And was
Oh,
he
Eric Goldberg. I just pulled him up. Yeah, he's great. He's the guy that's in they show him a lot for Walt Disney Animation Studios stuff. Um yeah, that guy, yeah, tremendous. He designed and animated the genie. Yeah. He's done a lot of stuff
Mhm.
over the years. So I'm thrilled.
Yeah,
Also too,
you just weren't placing him offhand, were
I
you?
wasn't. No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fantastic.
Okay, so Pam says the Adventure isn't a typical Disney ship. They bought it from another company and converted it.
Hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. Um, yeah. It is a far cry from the roots of being boutique ships. That's true, Tina. Yeah, that's true. That does explain it. And Disney ships. With we've talked about this a little bit. We'll talk about it a little bit more because I think we'll cover as much as we know about the adventure. Just to talk about it a little bit and how it differs from other Disney ships. It's me. David T says JoJo did the maiden voyage and booked the next sailing while on board. So he did a back to back. Wow. So he must have really liked it. To check that out. Um, Says it doesn't have the feel of a Disney ship. Um, yeah, Royal Caribbean, I think, was the first cruise line to come up with that big atrium. Uh, the big in the middle of the ship, the Central Park, thing. And with cruise ships, I'll tell you what, a bigger is not always better. With a cruise ship, I kind of prefer a little bit small ship, but uh, let's see. I am behind. I'm so sorry. I'm behind in the chat, y'all. Uh, oh, okay. Tina says the original Devil Wears Prada was not, but the Devil Wears Prada 2 is a Disney movie. Now that's
Okay.
interesting. Stacy. Oh, hey, Stacy. Welcome in, dear. Um, she says rumor has it Eisner has turned it down. That's not
Mhm.
confirmed. Now that's interesting, Stacy. How would he? I mean, that might explain why
Yeah.
he's not right. Surely he's been nominated.
Well, I said something about there being a lot of people in this class, but there's been a lot the last few years.
Yes.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, Stacy. That I could do a little rating on that. It would explain it though. I mean, otherwise, how is Eisner not a Disney legend? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Pam said his face was. Let's see, his face mostly. He was a bit thinner, but still muscular. Could have been The Rock's brother. Wow, that's amazing, Pam. Yeah. That's wild.
Hi, Stacy.
Yeah. So I don't know if Devil Wears Prada was Touchstone, maybe, or what, but
Tina says 20th Century Fox released the first Prada movie.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, I'm the original cast. Emily Blunt is coming back for this one even. So the original cast is coming back. I'm really excited about it. So yeah. Stacy, I was just looking on my calendar. You've got a birthday coming up not too long from now, which is always a good thing. Smaller is better. Service is more one-on-one. Yeah, well, and now likely, Jonathan, they would have, they usually have like so many cast members per guest. So they try to keep that ratio, in line so that they can, most cruise ships do, I'm saying, so that they can serve people better. Where I find the problem is just getting around on the ship and having to wait in lines on the ship because it's so big. And B, if you're going anywhere where you have to tether in, you have to anchor, and a ship that large is going to have to tether in. They're going to have to, and that smaller boats, they load into smaller boats and they take you to shore because the ship is so large that they can't dock. So that's going to take forever. I mean, I've heard people talk about the Royal Caribbean ships, who was the first cruise line to have that huge atrium. I believe the Oasis of the Seas was the first one that was built like that, and was the largest of its kind when it was built. But so so it'd be fun to go. I mean, not that I'd turn down a trip. Not that I'd turn a 20th Century Fox. Okay.
I'll ask you a loaded question. Who's your favorite Disney legend?
I know my favorite Disney legend.
The one we've met and had dinner with.
Did somebody ask that? Who asked that question?
No, I did, because I was scrolling through looking at the listed names, and none other than Tom Nabby's name popped up there as I was scrolling through. I said, we know that guy. We know him. He's been on our show.
Him and his lovely wife Janice. Yeah.
Oh man, it's still hard to believe. Still crazy to think.
I really would love to contact him, William, and I may contact. He's been on my mind a lot here lately. I sent him cards and things just to kind of stay in touch with him. William and I just fell in love with Tom and Janice Nabby, but I would love to have him on to get for him to talk about the CEOs.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been around for all these folks, and what he thinks about, I mean, obviously he's not going to, run anybody down, but I would love to know what he thinks about Josh D'Amaro, and, just to get his to take on things and ask him some more questions. I would love to do that. I may have to reach out to him. But anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. As far as what we wanted to talk about tonight, just who is Josh D'Amaro? He worked his way up from being a parking lot attendant all the way to CEO. That is
crazy.
the American dream in a nutshell there. And I did want to say, and it's probably still true, but at one time, Disney World was the largest single site employer in the United States. So that's the size of, the park that we're looking at. And it is the flagship park. Walt Disney World is the flagship park. So yeah, Jonathan said for him, Bob Gurr. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's awesome.
My goodness. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. I'm so jealous. I'm still jealous, Jonathan. I don't know that I'm ever going to get to meet Bob Gurr, and he is so on my list. So yeah.
Per their website, Disney World still claims they're the largest single site employer in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, Stacy. We're excited about Josh tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, he is. Yeah, Bob Gurr is a treasure. He totally is.
No doubt.
He totally is. But I'll tell you what, especially after having sat and, visited with our friend Tom, he is too. He is too.
Oh, he's great.
Tom Nabby is a treasure. And Tom Nabby's been around with Disney longer than Bob Gurr.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, just crazy. Anyway, so that's, I mean, we're kind of, we don't, is there anything, William, and you guys in the chat think about this too. Is there anything, what would you, if you could talk to Josh tomorrow, what would you tell him? What's on your wish list? What would you like to see him do?
Well, they brought a nighttime parade back to the Magic Kingdom, which was high on my list for a very long time.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, really, there are, a few different things I would do. One, I would like to section off, even for the adult profiles, I would like to have a filter to filter some junk out. That way it doesn't pop up on my splash page as soon as I open the app on my TV. That would be great. And then also too, really, I mean, just, it's like the quote that I mentioned, from Pete Docter last week. Get back to basics.
Yes.
Make stories that appeal to everyone. That teach good, wholesome lessons. And create fun characters. It seems like we're in a bit of a somewhat of a rut. Which I think, I hadn't checked the numbers, but I think Hoppers has done pretty well.
I would characterize it more as a valley.
Yeah. And so,
I has done pretty well. It has, yeah. And then we talked last week about all of the new movies that are coming out.
Yeah, we did. I mean, obviously, if I could make things less expensive at the parks, that would be phenomenal. I would be a big fan of that. Okay, and also, I would say, general park maintenance. Let's get back to bumping the lamp, and also, focusing on show. Are two of the biggest things from a parks perspective. It's maintenance. And again, the show, and also to specifically at Disney World, extend operating hours for the love of everything. I can think about times, when Magic Kingdom be open till 3 a.m.
I know.
And
we have been on the monorail at that hour before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've been schlepping through that resort,
Jonathan says, bring back Epcot Center from the past, original rides like Horizons. That wasn't all digital screens. That had real props. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, Jonathan. Amen to that. Our Canadian friend. Oh, yeah. I agree 100% there.
Yeah, Tina says, stop closing stuff down to make way for junk, just to change stuff. But yeah, it's there's just several things that I would do and say, but specifically for the parks, that's two of the big ones. Is granted, they've got a lot of opportunity ahead. With the whole Piston Peak thing and the Villains Land, and then they're at Animal Kingdom with the Tropical Americas.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of opportunity to give us some insane
wow man, like you used to do.
Yeah. And so, and the other thing too is it's none of it's stuff that we've seen anywhere else.
That's true.
None of it between the Villains Land, Piston Peak, and over there, and also two Monsters. Monsters is what Monsters University and Inc. They're at Hollywood Studios. So, there's a lot of opportunity for them to really set the tone of what we should expect from the parks under his tenure moving forward. There's a lot of stuff that's in progress. I'm hoping it's not a situation like we saw where it took a lifetime to get prawn open. And it was just a cut and paste.
5 years.
Yeah, of an attraction that already existed. So I hope that they really wow us, and that the stuff that they roll out just blow us away. Because there's been stuff that they've done recently that's just been real mediocre, frankly. The retheme of Splash Mountain, which we weren't big fans of anyway, but Tiana's, it's just there's a YouTube channel called TPM Vids. And Wyatt likes to watch it, and he does all sorts of countdowns and stuff. He does really, really high quality videos, but one of the series that he does is like animatronic, breakdowns and stuff. And, I tell you what, man, that guy has a ton of content these days because
everything's broken.
Yeah, well, yeah, because there's a bunch of stuff broken, and a bunch of stuff that looks really funny. So people send him clips, when they see a ride breakdown or something crazy going on with animatronics, and anyway,
David T has some very specific ideas there.
Yeah, but and that's the other thing too, is that everything it might not fire up the public, the general public, but if you just make a really awesome ride, it's the whole kind of cart and horse thing. If you make a really awesome original idea for a ride, it can stand on its own.
Yes.
You think about Pirates, you think about Haunted Mansion, you can create IP off of a really cool ride concept. You've got Jonathan saying a little bit of that too. I would love to see the pendulum kind of swing the other way a little bit and say, Imagineers, give us an experience. What do you have that doesn't involve something that's already in our library?
Right.
Give us an awesome experience, because that's what so many of the original rides were about is, I can't go hop on a pirate ship. I can't get on a rocket ship and go to space.
Right.
I can't go get in a submarine and go 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Right.
And I know that, time has progressed and technology has progressed as well. But, give us something truly exceptional that that captivates
that's what Jonathan's saying.
that spirit of adventure.
Yes. Yes. Well, with something again that and I know that Josh tomorrow can relate to what we're talking about here. I totally know that he can. So let's see what I can do. It may take him a while to get cranked up, get his feet under him as CEO. It's a as many hats as he's worn within the Disney company, he has not worn this one yet. So I feel like he's up to the task. I think that he has enough experience in a lot of different pots, a lot of different pieces of the company. And for the pieces that you're not familiar with, you hire good people under you.
Yeah.
So, I agree 100%. Jonathan says bring back invocation in the rides. There's nothing innovation.
Yeah.
There's nothing more innovative other than new innovations to sell more IP product. Although the new Olaf and Star Wars droids are cool. Yeah.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah.
They
are. Yeah. They really are. Pam's Did you see the cast previews of Buzz Lightyear?
I haven't. They started up a soft opening within the last day or two of the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. The Monday of March 30th, guests were waiting in the standby line. So there's been a soft opening. I think the official opening is not till the April 8th, I want to say. I think Jillian told me.
That's right, yeah.
But Jillian said they're also running ride cars, like test ride cars, over Big Thunder. So, I mean, that'd be a big win for Magic Kingdom if they could get that going, and I'm sure that would help, kind of, I guess, manage some of the spring break crowds, give more lines for people to stand in.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, and they've got a lot of spring break crowds to manage too. Yeah, that's going to be, so we'll see, see how that goes. But there's so much that the other thing to this that,
now, granted, we still don't have a date for Big Thunder, but people think it's probably going to be early May.
Early May. Well, that'd be fantastic. That they need to get some things open, guys, because we're gonna have a lot. Here's some opening dates.
Yep.
We're gonna have. I think we'll have some tourism in the country because of our 250th celebration in July. For the 4th of July, our country's 250th birthday, and look at all the mess that is in Walt Disney World right now because they've torn up so much at once. So, we'll have to see. But yeah, there's some opening dates. Buzz Lightyear is April 8th officially. But yeah. One of our streamer friends wrote today. Well, wonderful. Yeah, play the game. Cast members put them right back on so they could show the run instead of playing. Okay.
That's neat.
Excellent. So there are some previews. I thought they might do, obviously cast member previews and maybe pass holder previews, that kind of thing. So who was writing today? Was there I wonder who it was who was getting to ride today? Nice. Yeah. They did a soft opening. So it's cast members. Okay. Thanks, Pam. Yeah. So that's so we've got some openings coming and we don't. Okay, so you're saying early May then for Big Thunder, maybe, William?
That's what people are speculating, yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, okay. Wow. Interesting. Oh,
how neat.
Jennifer Road.
Very cool.
So, yeah. We've been kind of tied up, so I haven't been on. Yeah, great,
That's cool. Have to
great.
check that out.
I wonder what she thought. We've been talking some today, but I've been sort of in and out of pocket, so I can can watch her live stream. Um, it was and I wonder if they're gonna do. And I don't know if they have any like um again annual pass holder previews or
I mean, I
get
haven't
to
seen anything
see
announced.
or
I'd
what.
assume at this point they're probably not.
Oh, okay. So
With
that just says Mikey wrote it with Russ. So
neat.
cast member
Very cool.
today. There you go. Because Russ is a cast member. Cool.
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, that's exciting. I didn't see that. I've been out of pocket today, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So definitely um cast member. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Pam, for asking. I've said a little bit about that earlier in the live stream, and Jeff is doing great. Jeff is doing great. I'll let you know, send you a direct message and let you know some more detail. But he is doing really well after surgery. Thank you for that. Thank you for asking. In her evening stream. Okay, Jonathan, super.
Did you want to do? So did you show your People magazine yet? You showed the Bob Iger the Ride of a Lifetime book earlier in the stream.
Moving right along. Yes, we're I'm chasing rabbits here. Yes, and this is one, guys, that I just who doesn't love Dolly Parton? This is I had to buy this. A lot of times if there's like a specialty edition, William knows I have a soft spot for uh special edition books and magazines.
Yeah.
And people did this special edition of Dolly Parton turning 80. A lot of this is a kind of a revamp of some other, they kind of put together, because I've interviewed her several times. So they put together several interviews and came up with this. Look at this is one of my favorite pictures of her ever. So pretty. She's from Tennessee. She's from the hills of Tennessee, just like I am. Different hills, but she is a Tennessean. Amazing talent, singer, songwriter, composer, musician, and quite a shrewd businesswoman. So we absolutely love Dolly. And she was back. Her husband Carl passed away, and they have some pictures here of them. Her husband Carl, passed away recently, and so she's kind of been out of pocket. It's not so much in the public eye, but she did show up at the opening of Dollywood. And there's Carl Dean was married to him forever, and he chose to stay out of the spotlight. But yeah, it's a really just an amazing life and beautiful pictures in here. So I went ahead and bought this just to keep it, because I absolutely love Dolly Parton. She's quite an amazing person. She really is.
Share your coffee and tea too.
So, and Susan, did you get that? I know Susan would pick that up too if you saw it. I don't know if you've gotten it yet, Susan, or not, but definitely, pick that up if you're. I think it's going to be. This is March, so this will be out until April the 3rd, apparently. Yeah, wonderful lady. Okay. Let's see. Do I need to put you back in, William?
Oh no, go ahead. I thought you were going to show your coffee and your tea.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, my coffee and my tea. I did want a couple of things I picked up, y'all. And I just thought I'd show them. Joffrey's coffee. I do love my coffee, as we all do. Got this at TJ Maxx, and I couldn't resist it. Kylie found it for me. I wasn't going to buy coffee, and she said, "Oh, Mimi, look at that." So she got me This is 100-acre wood honey brew. It's a medium roast, and the description is sweet and creamy vanilla combined with a floral honey flavor. So,
so
I
nice.
had to buy that. I said, "Gee, thanks, Kylie." But I was glad that she saw it. So, and the other thing, just for I love tea as well. The other thing that I picked up was this. This is from the Garden Gate Tea Society, and I just thought it was really. It's black. It's just a black tea. Has a really really nice flavor to it. I had it this morning, or yesterday morning actually. But anyway, Peter Rabbit. Some of these things that they tins. This one is a real heavy cardboard, but that they put them in are really really neat. But so the little Peter Rabbit English tea. There are 50 tea bags in there. So
nice.
Just a couple of things I wanted to show you guys that I picked up, and I'm really looking forward to trying this. To trying the honey, the Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
100-acre wood honey brew. So Jillian, I know Jillian buys those too when she sees them.
Okay.
When she sees them at TJ Maxx. So
yeah.
Yeah. So I got that. Let's see what else. I guess Lorcana.
All right.
You want to open first?
Yeah. Alrighty, we got an Oswald pack here of a Fable. Still opening up packs from my booster box over there behind me. Real quick, Super Mario Galaxy comes to theaters tomorrow, so I've got my little popcorn bucket here that Mom had gotten for Wyatt and Wesley. But it's awesome.
I love that. I still love that.
Yeah, super awesome popcorn bucket. But very much looking forward to watching this movie. Hope it does great at the box office. Oh no, I spoiled it. Oh, okay. I'm very excited, and it's been a long time coming here. Pluto.
Oh,
rescue dog. Don't. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, it's not Disney, right, David T. Max Goof, Rockin' Teen. Next up, we have Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Pilot.
Nice.
Oh, man, I'm excited. I didn't get a look to see what it actually is, but there's a really cool card at the back.
Oh.
Hercules, True Hero. Next up is Belle, Untrained Mystic. Then Mufasa, King of the Five Lands. Love that one. First, followed up by Scar, of course. Be King Undisputed. Song card. Uncommon card. Then we have Tinkerbell, the Generous Fairy. Very, very cute card. Last uncommon card is Wildcat, the Mechanic. All right. There's a really good card back here, and I spoiled it. But I'm very excited. So the first card is Jafar, Keeper of Secrets.
Rare.
We have a super rare Genie. Oh, there's something in the back here. It's about to get even better.
That one? That was Genie.
Yeah, wow. I'm very excited about this. But what is this last card here?
Legendary.
Okay. It's not an enchanted. It's an epic. But finally pulled. This is my first epic card that I pulled. So not an enchanted, but an epic. So very excited for that. Ursula the Sea. Check that out.
Okay, so are they epics?
So that's in between legendary and enchanted. So it's
wow.
Yeah. So very excited. I saw the border, it doesn't have the borders on the outside, side by side, the black border. So when I saw that, I said, oh my goodness, I finally pulled something. So how about that? Yeah, there's a lot of packs or a lot of cards in this specific pack that I haven't pulled yet. I've got my binder down here. And so I'll go in and add these to my binder. But check that out. That's an incredible artwork.
Wow. And with Villains Land, you know, the Villains show. Wow.
That's cool. So yeah, that's gonna be tough to beat, Mom.
Wow, I would think so. Golly. Yeah. That's okay. What kind of pack was that, William?
That was a Fable.
A Fable. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's a little while ago. An older set. That's gonna be tough to beat. Yeah. We've never pulled an epic before.
No, we haven't.
Never pulled this. That's a first. Okay, so we'll see what we got here. Okay, so we've got Pacha first.
You'll probably one up me and go ahead and pull an enchanted. I'll have to just exit the stream if that happens. I won't even say anything. I'll just drop off.
just slink on out. And this is King Stefan. Aurora. Rose, and let's see.
Have a good night, Strawberry Field Fairy.
Kind of making a mess here. Good night, Strawberry Field Fairy. Okay, let's see if I can get some of these to focus a little bit better. And Dolores Madrigal. Never gotten her before. That's an unusual one. Belle. Pretty colors in this set. Bolt.
So the Fabled set is when they released the whenever they introduced the epic rarity.
Okay. Wow, that's really. You'll have to show it again, William.
Yeah.
Another uncommon.
Thanks, Bill.
A Brother Bear.
Neat.
That is exciting. You got that sucker sleeved up?
I do.
Another uncommon. I figured you did already. Gizmo Duck.
Cool.
And Magical Maneuvers. Another uncommon. Putting my hand up there so it will focus. That's what my new webcam doesn't focus quite as easily as the other. I changed some of the settings on it, so maybe it'll do better. Basil. And then a rare, or what is that? That's a
rare. Milo Thatch.
And then the final one, my foil is not as good as yours.
Stabbington Brothers. There you go, from Tangled.
Yeah, and I've got this one in that's not the foil, but yeah, so that's it. And then here's the
neat puzzle piece.
Extra puzzle piece there. So okay, wow. Man, that is so cool, William.
Yeah, finally.
Because I've never even seen that.
I still don't have it enchanted, but I'll take it. I'm trending in the right direction. Finally.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that is exciting. That's a really, really pretty card too. Yeah. So epics, you said epic is between a legendary and a
so to show them side by side, so here's there's a rare version of this card, and then there's the one that I just pulled of the epic version of this card. You can look at them side by side here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There you go. So yeah, you can see the difference there between the two cards. Actually, my bad, it's a super rare. I said it was a rare. It's a super rare. Well, actually, hold on a second. Never mind.
Now, both of those are really, really good cards.
Yeah, there's the rare.
Uh-huh.
pretty
Both
cool.
of those are really good cards.
Mm-hmm.
Free lore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
those are just so pretty.
yeah,
Those
super exciting.
foil are just so pretty. They're gorgeous cards. They really are.
Yeah,
Nice. Well, that's exciting.
I know. I'm still chasing the Enchanted. I have contemplated. I've got a pretty decent backlog of packs currently, and I have seriously contemplated just saying I'm going to hop on a stream and open packs till I finally get an Enchanted. But there's no telling how long that stream could potentially be.
Okay, it might be a marathon.
I might open every single pack I own and still not get it. So
I might get one. I know it. I and it's really interesting because there are people who we've been open. We really pulled the one
yeah,
legend, the one
and one
and we've
Enchanted.
been opening them since the very first set came out. So we've just pulled one. So our odds have not been great.
No.
Good night, Strawberry Field Fairy.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. Two guys open $150 card autographed hockey. One card, a pack the game was whoever got the better card gets to keep both. First guy gets his auto and it's stupidity rare. Everybody goes nuts.
That's cool.
Goodness gracious. Next guy tops him like with some Gretzky auto card. Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Pam's got to be excited about that one.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Good night, Amy. Okay. Is there anything else that we need to cover, William? Let's see. Check and see here. We're still waiting, guys, on set 12 is coming out.
May.
It releases in May. There is a planned pre-release event. So the set 12 is called Wilds Unknown, and it releases in May. So that one's coming up. Again, guys, if you're planning a Disney trip or a cruise, there's some really good deals right now, like really good deals for free dining plan. We're talking free food for your trip in the summer. So contact Jillian. She's fantastic, Mickey Travels agent, and her contact information is in the description of the video. So by all means, check on that if you want to. Nothing in the fall. I already checked. Hopefully they'll have, if I wait just a little while longer to book for November, they'll have something in November. But next week, channel news, we're going to have William will do his Walt Disney World trip recap. Are you good with that, William?
Yeah. I already covered it a little bit, kind of very high level. But there's definitely some things that I would like to talk about more in depth. Specifically, first time doing the dining plan since 2016. So, roughly almost 10 years. We went in October on that year. But so yeah, in about 9.5-ish years since we've done the dining plan. So lots of thoughts and feedback points from that. And so I'll have to gather up my thoughts. But we did some new dining experiences that I had never done before, and some other things that I hadn't done in a very long time. So looking forward to talking about our trip. We met a lot of characters too, so I have to make sure and bring the autograph book.
Hey, good night, everybody. Yeah, we're about to hang it up here too, folks. And it's been a long day. Good day, but kind of a long one. So yeah. Don't forget the Artemis 2 launch tomorrow. Be our first lunar mission since 1969. So yeah, be really, really amazing,
Yeah.
to go back to the moon. And that's tomorrow night. So the kids will be home, William. And yeah, the first I had to add some pictures and things. The first part of the live stream. So if you're in Florida, all the Florida people, guys, y'all be out watching uh, for this, making history. We're sending 4 people,
Have a good night, Stacey.
not to the surface of the moon, but to do a slingshot around it. So, pretty excited about it myself. Wish I was there in Jetty Park with all the other crazy people who are going to be watching. Jetty Park is completely is like parking passes for Jetty Park are jammed, and I imagine they have been for a while.
Yeah.
So if you don't already have a parking pass for any of the areas around the Cape, you're not going to get one at this point. It's going to be jammed. But the good news is, if you're in Florida, if you check the chart that I showed you earlier, you should be able to see it at some point, into its rise into the sky. So, yeah, we're excited about that. Go USA.
Very,
And
very, very
Canada.
cool.
One of the astronauts is Canadian, Jonathan. Yeah.
That's cool.
We're Canadian.
Thanks to our channel members. We appreciate y'all's support. Thanks to everybody who, who's been hanging out with us tonight. Looking forward to, hopefully have good things in store for us. With Josh tomorrow taking over as CEO. Lots of exciting projects in the works. So hopefully they'll land those. But yeah, thanks everybody hanging out in the chat with us. Those that are ghost watching as well. Everybody's busy. If you got us on in the background, we really appreciate you. And if you're on Team Replay for us, let us know. Make sure to leave us a comment, and that way we can thank you for watching. We love Team Replay. We love Lisa, Keith, and Joey. If it's Joey's World, the captains of our Team Replay. And so, again, thanks to everybody for your support. Thanks to our channel moderators for keeping the chat family friendly. Thanks to Angela and Aunt Susan, Dean the Turkey Legster, Jason Thibodeau, BDF, Keith, Tim McNeil, Aurora Loves Disney, Dave's Disney Dreams, It's Me, David T, Pam's Fan, 74, Strawberry Field Fairy, Jonathan Chung, Theme Park Adventure, Robert Spry, Jane and Travels, Follow the Bradleys Fun, Hatbox Ghost, big shout out to Jerry, Spaceship Ears, AJC Magic TV, and Stacy Rogers. If I missed you, I apologize. But I try to do the best I can, to talk on stream and look at the notes and keep an eye on the comments as well. So if I missed you, I apologize. Let me know, and I thank you properly for being here. But as always, we really appreciate all your support. Also, too, if you haven't already, check out the liveplace.com. It's basically a TV Guide listing for family-friendly live streams. Big shout-out to Dean for maintaining that website. Check out Dean's YouTube channels, Dreamers Empire, and The Live Place. Again, that's theliveplace.com. Thanks, Dean. TubeBuddy, if you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, check out TubeBuddy. It's basically it's a guy, it's a way to help you grow your channel. It tracks viewing trends, just the keywords for titles and tags, and other channel data that's useful to you to help you grow your channel. Basic version's free. If you have under 1,000 subs, there's a discounted version. If you're interested, check out our description and link below, or check out our link in the description below. It gives us both a free month. And speaking of free, you can get a $10 credit for a future order through Stickermule using our link in the description. If you're looking for good quality, low-cost promotional items, buttons, stickers, magnets, pins, keychains, etc., check out Stickermule and use our link in the description. It's a win-win. $10. We'll both get a $10 credit for a future order. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight again. Lots of really cool stuff in the pipeline at Walt Disney World. And also, too, I see a lot of chatter, with D23, coming up on August 16th. Actually, the Legend ceremony is on August 16th, but I've seen some speculation that maybe they'll go a different direction with the, they had thought about bringing Avatar to Disney California Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen some general chatter, and again, take it for what it's worth. People can say anything on the internet that they want. I've seen some general chatter that maybe they'll do something else with that space.
Okay.
Again, I don't know how much credit to give to these random people on the internet, but I have seen an uptick in speculation that maybe they'll do something different. So I don't know.
Any speculation as to what?
Yeah, I don't know what it'll look like or what else they might do. But I have seen an awful lot of folks saying that they think that they expect to see some sort of change and announcement for that space at Disney California Adventure. Again, it's just random people on the internet. Take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But we'll find out in August for sure. So
yes.
I'm expecting to see a lot of updates this year at D23. So yeah, we'll find out here within a matter of months the status of a lot of these different efforts, and maybe start to get some dates also. More,
yeah,
that would be really exciting.
Yeah, we should be. Because that's coming up, and it will be. Josh tomorrow generally takes part in that, so this will be probably his first time to make an appearance at D23 as the CEO. So he as long as he's been with the company, he still has to probably pinch himself when he wakes up.
Yeah, probably.
In the mornings, I would think. But we hold out hope.
Yeah.
Eternal for a good run here. He has all the tools. He has all the talent. He has probably a lot of talent working under him. And I honestly think that Josh tomorrow probably understands some of the issues that some of us have with the things that they've been turning out. So I hope that they kind of return to that Disney magic that we all love so much. That wows us, and that's new and innovative, and it works. That's the main thing. And it's okay. It's okay to dip into the classic stuff too. Let's not forget that. Because it's called classic for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we go live every Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Central, 10:00 Eastern. Be sure to join us live if you can.
Yeah.
If not, watch us on the replay. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already get this, so you can get notifications when we go live. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you want to reach out to us directly, you can send us an email at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com, or send us a direct message on Instagram, and we'd be glad to hear from you.
Oh, I think he's been preparing too, Tina. I'm just saying, even so, it's a competitive corporate world. And, to actually be the CEO of Disney, I think he probably feels pretty blessed. So, in the world, exactly, Jonathan went to chat with this comment. And unfortunately, Spaceship Ears has already exited the building. I agree 100%, Jonathan. That's Jonathan wins the chat for tonight. And on that note, I don't have anything else. I hope that you guys have a great week as we head into into Easter. And the Artemis 2 will still be on their journey. It's like a 10-day proposition here. So we'll probably talk a little bit more about that next week. And I'm really excited to watch it. So y'all have a wonderful Easter week. and just a very blessed Easter week. So much to look forward to this year with our country's 250th anniversary. Things are looking up in the Bone household. Jeff is doing well, and again, thank y'all so much for I showed him all of the texts that you guys sent, and he really appreciates it. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Anything else, William? We're good.
I think that's it. Well, I'll talk about my trip next week. Looking at as people have said in the chat multiple times, there's a great big beautiful tomorrow. So
there you go.
hopefully that saying rings true with as we move forward under Josh Tomorrow's tenure as the CEO of the Walt Disney Company.
Exactly. Yeah. So
have a great week, everybody. Thanks for being here.
I've got to blow the train whistle right
Wesley.
quick out for Wesley.
Yeah.
I was waiting on you to get in, and then I forgot it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to bring it up earlier, but let's go ahead.
Birthday. We love you. Happy birthday, sweetie.
Happy birthday, Wesley. We love you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, sweetie. We so enjoyed it. Love you, hon. Guys, just again, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you for your comments, our channel members, and our moderators. We love you guys. And Stacy, it's great to see you. It's great to, there we go. Happy birthday. At the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there is always room for one more. So please hurry back. Thanks, y'all.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week, y'all.
Beautiful tomorrow. Check that. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful